Hey everybody, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. It is Friday night. It's always a good night on Friday night. It's 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I got my coffee. I got some guests as well. We got some great topics to talk about tonight. And I just want to say thanks to everyone showing up. You know, it's been a very busy week for me. I've been on other channels and stuff and having good times with my buddy Tom and my buddy Brian and everything. And now I'm back live on my channel where I belong. So that's pretty cool. But I'm not here alone. I got a couple guests. I'd like to introduce my guests. And just so you guys know, their link is down below. They have a YouTube channel. It's called ChinoComics&More. The link is down below. Please check them out. But Chino and Manny, hello. How are you two gentlemen tonight?
We're doing good, Bueller. We're here.
What's up, guys?
Ready to rock and roll.
Very cool. These guys are pretty awesome. And these two gentlemen are taking on something that not a lot of people do these days. They are opening up a comic shop for the first time. And we are going to get to that. And I've seen some of these guys' books. See, your most recent video, what were some of the books that you showed?
Yeah, on the most recent one, we had the one where we're doing the CGC, but then we did the giant size. I picked up some more giant size books.
Yeah, giant size X-Men 1, and then before that was Hulk 181s.
Yeah, and you just don't show one copy. You show multiple copies of the books, correct?
Because it's two of us, man.
It's pretty impressive. These guys' collection is very impressive, and we're going to get back to them here in a minute. But I got a couple housekeeping things I want to go over really fast, and I want to let you guys know about the next week's show, next Friday. Next Friday, my guest will be my sponsors, the Max Pro Supplies, the vice president, and also the president. A combination of those two guys are going to be here. We're going to talk about supplies. We're going to talk about their product. We're probably going to have some giveaways as well. I'll try to convince them into giving some stuff away because I'm actually going up there here in a couple days to visit them next week. And they will be my guests next week on Friday at the live stream. So that should be a lot of fun. And then also I want to remind you guys that me and Tom are going to start doing the regular show together on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on his channel. That's Comic Tom 101 and myself, Bueller. And we did a little trial run on Wednesday night, and we had a lot of fun. And I think everyone who watched enjoyed it as well. So make sure you check that out this coming Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And speaking of Comic Tom, he's going to be joining me on the other channel that I'm always on, which is the Comic Core, tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, usually about a half hour after this show wraps up at 6:30. Tom is going to join us. We're going to be talking about Overstreet Price Guide and a bunch of stuff. And if you're familiar with the Comic Core, it's happy hour Friday night, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to having my buddy Tom on there with the rest of the crew. It's going to be a good time as well. I want to announce this, and this is kind of cool, and I need some help from the people that watch my videos. And here's the deal. I am going to be doing a road trip to Albuquerque, New Mexico. So from Portland, Oregon to Albuquerque, New Mexico, I'm going to be gone for a little over a week, and I'm driving all the way down there. If you are in between Albuquerque and Portland, Oregon, let me know, because if there's any chance to hook up with a fellow comic fan or a comic book collector, I'd like to do that. So in the middle of next month, I'm driving from Portland, Oregon to Albuquerque. Look on the Google map thing, figure it out. And if you're somewhere in between there, I also plan on going to Mile High Comics as well. That's a place I've always wanted to go. I'm going to do a little detour to go to there and then head on down to Albuquerque. But that's going to be the middle of next month. I'm looking forward to that. Couple other things really fast. Komikhan is here in Portland next week. I will be covering that. I was invited to cover their con. I'll be interviewing as many creators as I possibly can. So you'll get a lot of the interviews that I did before at the Rose City Comic Con. I'll be putting that up. I'm looking forward to doing that because I miss doing Comic Cons. And also, I put out a small number of Bueller boxes today, and they sold out like they normally do. They were gone like within an hour. And next week, I'll try to have a bigger batch of Bueller boxes available. I don't know how many, maybe around 50. I'll try to get that many out there. If so, they'll give people opportunity to pick them up because, like I said, they do go fast. I'm looking here, and it looks like somebody gave a super chat. and I got to make sure. Bueller, how goes it? Comic G-Man, thank you so much, Comic G-Man. It goes great, man. I'm having a fantastic week. And, you know, I've had a lot of fun this week. I think it really shows because I had a lot of fun on the other channels I was on and doing my videos. But let me look in the chat because there's a lot of people that are in the chat. Let me go all the way up here. Sam's Tangled Web, he was first. He's always first. We have Anna G130. Hello, Mo Comic Book Gallery. And Human XG, I wonder who that is. Luis, let's see. Brett Hess Art. Brett Hess. If you guys don't know who Brett Art is, that's his artwork right there that he sent me. And this is awesome. And I'm going to show more of his art on my Monday coffee video. So make sure you check that out because this gentleman is very talented. And it was so nice of him to send me this art. I love original artwork. And I wanted to show it off. Let's see. We got Buff Comics Collector. Hello, how are you? Let's see. I'm just scrolling down, trying to get everybody. Steve, hello. Another great guy. You. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down, trying to get everybody. Steve, hello. Another great guy. There's Sam again. Cover Lover Comics. Hello. Thanks for joining me. 90 MF Comics. Chad, how are you? Yeah, man, this thing goes really fast. We got 65 people in here so far. Jesse, hello. Man, I'm way behind. Way behind. If I miss anything, my apologies ahead of time because there was a lot of comments in here even before we get started. Barbarian Kung Fu, apologies ahead of time because there was a lot of comments in here even before we get started. Barbarian Kung Fu, hello, how are you? Comic Core Chad, what's up, buddy? I'll see you in a little bit. Blitzcrank, is that right? Blitzcrank? Yeah, I think so. Burke Nasty, 54 Comics, hello. Metarog, awesome guy. I love that guy. Marvel Joe, 67. John's Comics for Kids, and they're one of my moderators. Raymond Dean, oh my gosh, help me. Halia Comic Bro, I probably did that wrong. Joe Ryan Comics, Jeffrey Anderson. What's up, Jeffrey? Good to see you in here, buddy. Just a ton of people. Okay. All right. It's hard for me to get caught up. But here's the deal. I'm here to talk to these two gentlemen right here. And I'm excited to talk to these two gentlemen. So let me kind of give you guys a little backstory of these gentlemen. Chino reached out to me a couple weeks ago. And he is like, hey, Bueller. Chino reached out to me a couple weeks ago. And he is like, hey, Bueller, I want to talk to you about something. And I was like, who's this guy? But you know what? We've been going back and forth a little bit. So why don't you guys, I'm going to turn it over for you guys a little bit and tell me, first thing, tell me about your YouTube channel, a little bit more detail.
Okay.
First thing, tell me about your YouTube channel, a little bit more detail.
Okay.
Start us off, man.
So basically YouTube, man, me and Manny have been big comic book collectors for a long time since we were kids. The problem with that is that we've never really had anybody really to share it with besides me, him, and his kids now.
Yeah.
So we started kind of getting involved last year again with a lot of the people here in Houston. They put us together with the Heroes Initiative, an auction out here, Strictly Comics, and I met a lot of you guys there. I didn't even know this existed, to be honest with you. The auctions on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you something real quick. Strictly Comics just did the Hero Initiative auction. Okay. Yes. When he did that on the Great Legend Show, were you guys involved with that? Yes. When he did that on the Great Legend Show, were you guys involved with that?
Yeah, actually, I wasn't involved. I was a party MVP. I bought a lot of stuff.
He was involved because he was overspending like crazy. He bought like 1 or 2 books, ended up buying like 8 or 10 books in one night. So yeah, but you know what? It went to a good cause. So that was the cool part about it. He was involved on that part of it, and I was just kind of watching from the shadows.
He wasn't telling you to buy stuff. He was like, just buy some stuff.
I would send him text messages like, "Hey, dude, that's a good book. Pick it up. I need that book, whatever the case is." Because he's more, and I don't know if you guys have watched any of our videos. He's the guy that pulls the trigger and he'll buy the books. I'm the guy that goes. If you guys have watched any of our videos, he's the guy that pulls the trigger and he'll buy the books. I'm the guy that goes and just, picks them out and I review them. And I try to grade them as best as I can. But he's the guy that can negotiate. That's his strong points.
So who has the better collection?
It's kind of even. It is because he has certain grails that we haven't shown off that he has, and then I have other grails that he don't have.
Very nice. So when you guys showed 4 or 5 Hulk 181s, are you just rubbing it in, by the way?
No.
So which one are they all one of yours, or are you split between the two of you? What's the
split? Yeah, it's split. So what we do is we research basically like Maddie does the research. He'll tell me like, look, we need to pick up these books right now because there's trends. They're going up in price, and a few months ago this, and now because there's trends. They're going up in price, and a few months ago this, and these are books that we have a list. So we're trying to collect. We're trying to collect all these books that we've always wanted to collect, but unfortunately, we weren't collecting. So now they're very expensive.
Well, with that Hulk 181, what happened is like again, I do most of the research, and Chino does all the buying because that's a strong point. But really, with that Hulk 181, the first one that was actually purchased was that 6.0, and that was probably about 8 or 10 years ago, and that's the one that I purchased, whatever the case is. And so Chino was like, I need a Hulk 181. So then that's when we started digging into it. I started doing my research, and that's how we ended up buying 3 of them.
Hey, Chino, I need a Hulk 181 too.
No, yeah, we will definitely. Once we get, no, yeah, we will definitely. Once we get past everything that we're gonna talk about, we are gonna touch on grills and something that's probably gonna be beneficial to everyone.
Yeah, very cool. So I want to kind of stick on your YouTube, and I've watched a few of your videos, and like I said, it's ChinoComics&More. The link is down below. And you two gentlemen are doing that together, and you guys have the Hulk Smash intro and the shooting the spider web intro and stuff like that. And then you do what is that, after credit scene or something like that? So whose idea was that stuff?
Man, really, you know what? I think that
teamwork on that one.
It is, but Manny came up with the intro. Now we are going to have a really a same intro. We're not going to say much about it.
It's going to evolve.
It's going to evolve. But the teaser, the trailer part, that's kind of that was more Manny. He told me about it. Like, hey, when you start doing this, because it's kind of like the Marvel movies. They hook you at the end. Like, okay, man, I can't wait for that.
Well, yeah, I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things I want to do. It's just getting the time and getting this built up and whatever the case is. So little by little, I'm adding my little flavor to it, I guess, or my sauce to it. But it's just, you guys know it. When you first start off, it's overwhelming. Being in front of a camera, even though you're just recording yourself, even at first, it's just like, it's nerve-wracking. So, getting past all that, then our minds start to kind of wander a little bit and kind of, they open up more and you start taking more risks.
You definitely start taking more risks. I've found that out as well. I want to say, Flaming Sheila, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, hi, Bueller. Shout out to you and Sam. You guys have probably seen Sam on my channel before. He's a local, and he's a really good guy, and he's actually in here right now. He's coming over on Sunday to watch the Elimination Chamber Wrestling pay-per-view, so we're going to have a good time.
Oh, you're a big wrestling fan too? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course, they kind of go hand in hand with comic books. So at least I think so.
That works out.
So I want to get into the meat and the potatoes of this. Okay, you guys reach out to me, and you said, "Hey, we're gonna we're buying a comic shop, okay, in Houston, Texas." So I would like you guys to share some of what led you up to jump into the decision of being comic shop. What led you up to jump into the decision of being comic shop owners? And this shop is not open yet, correct?
Technically, it still is. It's a transition. We won't be fully open in this location, our location, until probably midweek next week. So right now, we're kind of just
in the transition phase.
Yeah, we're gonna start moving everything over the weekend, Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah,
because they're only open from Wednesday till Saturday.
Wednesday to Saturday. Are you going to have different hours at the shop? And what's the name of the shop?
The name of the shop is going to stay the same. R&R. We're going to honor the
name of the shop.
The name of the shop is going to stay the same. R&R. We're gonna honor the name, the longevity of the name. It's been going for about 35 plus years.
Yeah.
And that's located in Houston, Texas, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right on, right on. So tell me, how'd that come? I mean, did the guy reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? What was the backstory before you guys decided to do it?
So he's our local comic book shop. We've been knowing the owner for So he's our local comic book shop. We've been knowing the owner for over probably 12, 13 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Ever since we moved to this side of town. So he sold it originally to someone else a few years back because he has his hands in other things. He sold it to other individuals. They took over it for about 2-3 years. They couldn't really sustain it like he was. So then he bought it back. And really 6 years ago, me and Manny had the idea 6 years back. This is 6 years back before we, this was presented to us this year. We thought about opening a comic book shop just simply because their footprint was a lot smaller. And at the time, we wanted to open it up because we wanted to share this with other people. Like we wanted to.
Well, honestly, it's always been a dream of ours to just own a comic book store.
Yeah.
So, like he said, 6 years ago, we had the idea, but life happened. Life happens. We got busy.
Life happened. And the other thing is we didn't want to step on his toes. Yeah. We're not the type of people that want to indirectly compete with anybody. No. So even we had the idea, we never went through with it. One, because of life, and two, because we know this guy. We've known him for a long time. It's kind of like, hey, because we know this guy. We've known him for a long time. It's kind of like, hey, man, we're gonna open shop that's literally 3 miles from yours, and now we're competition. It just didn't make no sense.
Yeah. So what is are you guys? I've seen your guys' collection that you've had, okay, on your videos and stuff. Are you incorporating your collection into the existing collection that's part of the comic shop itself?
Yes, we are. Some of it. So me and Manny's strategy has always been to buy, like, the reason you see a lot of Hulk 181s and you see Giant Size X-Men or a lot of duplicates of those books is because we've always wanted to own, like, the X-Men one, the Amazing Fantasy 15. Those books. So the way we figured is we pick up these books, and we get them when we have them. We could either use them for trade bait to trade them for a better book, or if we needed to part ways with those books, we can part ways with those.
It'll make the purchase a lot easier if you're getting something in return and then you're just paying the difference. So that's how we always kind of saw from that perspective. And then of course, like anything, sometimes you love a book so much. And you run into some good deals, it's just you want to buy 2 or 3.
Yeah, and you get a better copy, so you have.
And my excuse is I have 2 kids, so I always buy 2 for,
well, now, just so we all know, when we say life happens, that's quotation marks for kids. That's pretty much what that means.
Kids, we have our own business, our primary business, and then so that kind of took a back seat. And just recently it presented itself that we could acquire this comic book store, and things just lined up perfectly, honestly, man.
That's awesome. So there's a question in here from Doomsday. He asked, what part of Houston is the comic shop located at?
It's on the east side of town of Houston. Houston is massive, but it's on the east side of town. Was considered the east side of town.
Depending on who's watching, if anybody here from Houston, it's kind of like in the North Shore area. That's where we're located between,
North Shore and Channelview.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't know where that's at, but I'll take your word for it. So.
But if you ever come to Houston, Bueller.
That's right. If I come to Houston, man, I'm staying at your guys' house. Just so you know, that's where I'm staying.
Yeah, you can stay in one of our houses. No big deal, man. That's fine.
Very cool. There's a super chat from Steve. How you doing, Steve? Said, good luck on your shop, guys. Hope you kill it. That's awesome. I hope you do too.
That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan.
That's awesome. So I was talking to you a little bit before we started, and I asked you a couple quick
plan.
That's awesome. So I was talking to you a little bit before we started, and I asked you a couple questions. I told you, I said, I'm going to ask you this as well. So somebody goes into your shop. What's that?
Just don't ask my age, because Manny's older.
Oh, well, he looks older. I wasn't going to say. I didn't mean to say it out loud. Sorry, buddy. But so somebody comes into your shop. Are they going to see you two gentlemen there?
More likely, yes.
So if somebody comes into your shop, are they going to see you two gentlemen there?
More likely, yes. If it's not, if I'm not available, Chino will be available. But for the most part, yeah, we're going to put a lot of effort and a lot of time into this. And for the most part, I mean, in a perfect world, both of us will be here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
are you going to extend the hours? Like you said, they're only open from Wednesday to Saturday. Is that something you're going to stick with, or are you going to add a 7-day schedule?
No, I think what we're going to do is right now, so we don't get burned out, because we do have another business. Is we're going to do from Tuesday till Saturday. And kind of have Monday to do inventory and all that other stuff. And then Sunday, man, I go to church, so it's kind of like, you know, it's hard to really do something on Sunday. Sunday, I kind of dedicate it to the family and all that. But, again, in the future, if we don't have to be here and someone else, you know, we're going to have another individual that's always worked at the comic book store working for us as well. Another individual that's always worked at the comic book store working for us as well. You know, if he wants to come in on a Sunday and it's something that we can do, then yeah. But right now, it's just going to be really from Tuesday till Saturday.
Yeah. And I'm sure, you know, like anything, once we get a feel for it, things will probably change. And I think the days that we can play with is either Monday or Tuesday, for sure. Sunday, we'll look at it. Like he said, it's a church day, and you know, we'll try to respect that as much as we can, but we'll see what happens.
Very cool. So I want to ask you just the logistics of doing a comic book shop. I mean, it's obviously, and you're moving into a different location, correct?
Yeah. So what we did is we built out in our original shop. We extended it. We have about 1,800 square feet real estate. We can always expand 1,800 square feet real estate. We can always expand more if we needed more space. But we just didn't want to get ahead of ourselves. So right now, what we have is we're moving everything. Literally, it's like 2 miles from the old comic book shop.
Yeah.
And it's a bigger space, correct?
Yeah, we built a bigger space because
compared to the old comic store, it is bigger because it is. I want to say.
Yeah, we built a bigger space because
compared to the old comic store, it is bigger because it is. I want to say it's probably about maybe 500, maybe max 800 square feet.
Yeah.
It's a pretty small footprint, but you know, this location, our location, is like almost double, if not, you know, triple in size.
So this is kind of the question that I wanted to ask you guys. All right, and this is kind of a big one, and obviously there's a lot of shops that are closing. I mean, it's not a time when you see comic shops kind of on the rise. You guys are jumping in head first. You guys haven't had a comic shop before, and you bought a shop. You're taking that leap. And you know, it's not exactly the comic shop scene is not the business that used to be. Not that it was ever thriving, but what are you guys going to bring to the table that's going to make it so that this shop, and like I said, most shops are not doing great, and we all know that. That's not a secret. What type of thing do you guys plan on bringing to the shop that's going to make it stand out and make it last for years to come?
I think what we're going to bring in is
and make it last for years to come.
I think what we're going to bring in is we're big on, I think marketing is the best thing that we're going to bring into this area. Now, the one thing about our area is that the next comic book shop is literally about maybe 30 miles from where we're at. Yeah. So we have a big, Houston is huge, it's humongous. We have a big area that we're going to target. We have children in schools.
Nephews that are in high school, middle school.
Yeah, so we have that. But what we're going to do now is that we'll be running a lot of promotions. The one thing that I know a lot of people have been asking about, because I've had an auction here online with Big Line Cat, and I have these big books. So again, going back to the Hulk 181 and all that, is that we will start working with other people that want to collect these books on payment plans, kind of like a layaway plan.
Yeah.
We won't get overextended, obviously, because we don't want like 20 people saying, "Hey, I want a Hulk 181 on a payment plan." But we will capitalize on trying to do that, because there's some comic book stores that do it, but they're very strict about it.
Very short window, like in the case that we will put it on the side for you, but you got to give me X amount of money and then pay off in this reduced amount of time, which is pretty complicated. It's like almost trying to buy a car, and then you're like, well, give me half of it now, and then in a month pay the rest of it. You know, it's pretty hard to do that in real life.
So we had another super chat here from Double G Reggie Simmons. This is he spells it with 2 G's. There's two Reggie Simmons. This is the Double G. I've called this guy Double G Reggie Simmons. Thank you so much. Says, what's up, Bueller? What's up, Double G Reggie Simmons? Thank you so much.
Yeah,
so
thanks everybody for even being on the chat with us and just even watching this live, man.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody being here. We got almost 80 people watching so far, so thank you so much, everybody. So do you guys have any online like online presence for the store, or anything like an eBay or anything like that?
Yeah, we are gonna have so they had an eBay account as well. So now we're gonna also take over the eBay account. We're gonna open up an eBay store. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people are doing this, but Instagram, IG, there's stores on Instagram.
Yeah.
So we're gonna promote that. We're gonna do Facebook. I mean, we're gonna be trying to do Instagram.
Yeah.
So we're gonna promote that. We're gonna do Facebook. I mean, we're gonna be trying to do auctions. I mean, everything that we can to just keep it going. Again, we are fortunate that we have a main business. So right now we're gonna kind of allocate some money for this. But I mean, we're very, I guess, we're very high on that. This is gonna hit. Like, I mean, we're never the type to give up, and we've been in business in other businesses for so many years, so we know that there's always growing pains, you know. So we understand that.
I think the main thing is trying to reach out to all the youth, because I know for sure, man. I mean, even us, you know, we're all on YouTube, so that's one thing that kind of takes away, you know, people's attention, whatever the case is. But in reality, man, the reason I got into comic books, and I'm sure everybody for the most part can say the same, is the stories, man. You know, just reading, you know, your mind expanding, you know, you're using your imagination to different levels, really. And, you know, it's a different way for kids to find reading maybe fun, because I know when I was in school, I read the books. I had to read the books, but there was nothing like reading a comic book. You know, that's when your mind really started to wander a little bit. And I'm more of an art kind of person too. I would literally just grab a book, and I'm more of an art kind of person too. I would literally just grab a book and just use it as a reference point to draw it. And it's funny because I catch my son doing the exact same thing, and he doesn't know anything of, you know, my past. I'm a lot older than he is, that's for sure. But I find him grabbing my books, and, you know, some of them are slab, whatever the case is, and he's just sitting there just drawing them. So, like, if you guys saw one of the videos where my son's name is Nathan, where you see him kind of coloring, and he's doing the to the Spider-Verse, that's really his drawing, and he got it from one of my books.
I saw there's a question here from Discovery Big Comics. I'm sure you're familiar with him. He's doing some great work. It says, what type of marketing that targets your area are you planning? So what local marketing are you guys looking at doing?
Well,
targets your area are you planning? So what local marketing are you guys looking at doing?
Well, I guess I can say one part of it. My kids aren't into basketball, so they're going to basketball tournaments, whatever the case is. But there's a YMCA down the street, and then there's all these schools around us, and there's a movie theater around us, whatever the case is. I think we're going to start local first, hit up all these little places that are near us. You know, maybe hit up the YMCA. We're going to do that kind of marketing, you know, little places that are near us. You know, maybe hit up the YMCA. We're going to do that kind of marketing, you know, and for sure, you know, there's going to be an extra sauce added to it on our end. But we'll start with that locally, just kind of reach out to all the surrounding area. And then we have bigger plans to expand it, you know, for sure trying to grow the Instagram page, the Facebook page, just having a bigger footprint. And I mean, what else you think we can do?
I think that's it. I think, you know, when this comic book store was bigger, they had I remember at the time, because I've been off and on a subscriber with this comic book store. They had about 150 kind of subscriptions.
Yeah.
So the issue that they kind of subscriptions.
Yeah.
So the issue that they've had is if you guys know, subscriptions is, you know, you're buying books that people are going to potentially buy.
Yeah.
You know, so just not having the space for them and having like the inventory, a place to put the inventory and all that, they kind of scaled back. Right now that even the subscribers know that they're coming into a bigger location, it's generated so much attention. Like we're getting a lot of attention from the surrounding areas, from schools, that
friends
know,
and family.
yeah, friends and family. They're excited because you know they want to have a variety of buying stuff. You know, they want to have they want to have a variety of buying stuff. You know, they want to have an option of buying toys, statues, and stuff they couldn't have at the original store because of space.
Yeah.
There's another question. Are you going to send books to get graded? Will you be affiliated with any type of grading service?
As of right now, we're not affiliated with anybody, but yeah, of course, we will send books to get graded. I like raw books, but for the most part, I really love raw books. And I know Chino, he loves his slabs, and I can love a slab too. But I know for the most part, you know, potential buyers they like slabs, so I'm pretty sure that we'll be using a company. And honestly, I mean, at this point, it's open really for business. It doesn't matter who it is, as long as it, you know, I guess as long as it makes sense for us and it's at a good price, and then of course a turnaround time, you know, that can also potentially affect it too.
Yeah, so I think an option that we are going to have is obviously we're going to be in the market buying more books, buying more key books, more of this stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we start buying them raw, buying more key books, more of this stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we start buying them raw, and Manny puts a grade behind it, we will give the option to the buyer when they come to the store, the option to say, hey, look, you're gonna want to buy this book raw. We have an account with CGC, CBCS, whoever we do. You want to get it graded with us? All you have to do is pay for it. We'll send it in on our behalf. After, you know, once you pay the book, when it comes back, you can either come here to your house. You just take care of the fees and all that.
Yeah, because a lot of people do find the slab part, or even sending it out, they find that pretty intimidating, and they will probably feel a little bit more secure with someone that's already done it before, or even like, for instance, us that are going to be new comic book store owners. You know, they figure, you know, I can trust the owners to send this off for me, because yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking, man, sending the book, you know, through the mail.
Yeah.
It does. I don't like doing. That's probably the reason why I've never graded a book before, because I don't want to send it away. There's a question by Hulk Nuts. He says, "Are you going to have wall comics? I hate comic shops with no wall comics," and I would have to agree. Are you going to have like a display of like some key books and stuff like that? You know, on display. I mean, a great looking display goes a long way in my book.
No, yeah, we are. I think the wives, man. To be honest, we're gonna have to give credit to the wives. They're better decorators than we are.
Yeah.
So they've been looking at Pinterest and pictures and all that. And yeah, we are gonna have comic books on the wall. We are gonna have just an assortment of cool stuff around the store. We wanted to look like a comic book store, but feel homey at the same time. A comic book store, but feel homey at the same time. You know?
Yeah, and I think, I mean, right now it's the actual shop, it's just a show of what it is. You know, once we start to put the furniture in here and all that good stuff, you know, we're going to do an updated video and kind of show a walk around of the store. And I think people will enjoy that, because one, you know, we'll show them the before and the after. And then as it grows, one, you know, we'll show them the before and the after. And then as it grows, we hope it should grow. You know, there's going to be a lot of changes here. And hopefully some of these changes are appealing to people, and then of course even just the people locally here, hopefully, you know, they fall in love with it just like how we love this hobby.
This is I like this guy because I like the way he thinks. Biggie Shack says, "I like dollar books." You know, I like those. I like those $1.50 books too. So
honestly, Bueller, I mean, okay, because more likely when we start the store, we already have an inventory that we purchased from the store itself, but me and Chino have boxes and boxes full of books when, you know, we were just buying boxes, whatever the case is. You know, when we were a lot younger, you're just buying a box and seeing what we could find in it, whatever the case is. So, yeah, we're going to have plenty of dollar books, man.
That's awesome. And we have a super chat from #ClosetGeek. Says, "Just dropped in the show. Some love, Bueller. I was finally able to get a box. Have a great one, fam." That's awesome. There's a lot of people that are trying to get the Bueller box, and they sell out
the box?
really fast. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are trying to get the Bueller box, and they sell out
the box?
really fast.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, it's up to you, Bueller. We can tell them what we're going to do with you, if you're okay with it.
Yeah, go ahead. So we kind of had a little announcement, and I kind of want these gentlemen on the show to share this information. It was pretty exciting what they shared with me. So let's I'm going to let you guys know, or let you guys tell what the announcement is. It's really cool.
Okay, so first of all, we're big fans of supporting people.
Yeah.
We love Bueller, the Bueller boxes. What he's doing, it's incredible, man. You know, taking the time to go out there and make up these boxes and
hunting takes a lot of time.
and keeping these boxes going out at a good price, man. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna, in a sense, partner up with Bueller, no strings attached. We're gonna in a sense, partner up with Bueller, no strings attached. We are going to have a lot of inventory. So what we're going to do is we're going to donate that to Bueller so he can continue to not run out of these Bueller boxes.
Yeah, and you know,
and make his life easier.
Well, easier, maybe harder, because you know, if we start sending you more inventory, we can send out more boxes. Sorry about that, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be, you know, free of charge on our end, but we just want to be able to donate to Bueller so he can donate more to you guys out there that love these boxes. I mean, we're all fans of it, and I know if Bueller can probably, you know, get an extra 5 or 10 boxes out to people, I mean, that's just 5 or 10 more happy people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited about that because I received donations, and I'll be honest with you guys, and you know, I for the boxes I send out, I go through a lot of donated books, and I was like, because I like sending them out. I kind of have them sitting right here, like this is just an example of like a donated pack of books. And in there is like a couple free books that have been donated. And these are always separate from my boxes. My boxes have 11 books in them. And like they come packed like this. So you'll know the difference. Like that's a regular pack. And then they always come with this. And these are donated boxes with a little note, who they're from, and some information. And I try to put those in every box. Now, the truth of the matter is I run out, you know, and, I run out. And I'll just let it be known. I like giving books, so I've been putting like some of my own books in the donated packs because they're books I don't really want. I wouldn't really sell them to people. I just give them to people. So,
and I know, like I said, from the perspective of going out hunting, because me and Chino go out hunting for books, and that takes a lot of time. Sometimes we're driving to like 2 or 3 different stores, whatever the case is, just looking for a specific book. But even when you start digging into those long boxes, man, that takes a lot of time. I mean, and a lot of effort, because, you know, we're all human. You know, sometimes we're just not feeling it, you know? Yeah. And if we can kind of, you know, do that legwork for you and send you an assortment of books, you know, then it's just, you know, you just pick and choose the ones that you want to send out. And that's, you know, just kind of making your life a little bit easier.
I send them all out. I send them all out, man. They get here, I send them all out.
I mean, and I'm pretty, you know, we're pretty selective where the case is. So, you know, we're going to try to send some books out that people will appreciate. You know what I'm saying? We're not even just sending out books that be like, oh, we should need to clear out some space. Nah, we're going to try to send out some books that people are going to be like, oh, wow, that's a pretty cool book. Or, oh, we should need to clear out some space. Nah, we're going to try to send out some books that people are going to be like, oh, wow, that's a pretty cool book. Or that's actually a pretty good book. You know, we want people to be happy too and know that, you know, Bueller's reputation on the line too, you know, and we want them to have some pretty cool books, man.
So as you guys can know, when owning a comic book shop, just to give you guys a little bit of insight on the business, to get these good variants, these awesome variants and all that, you have to buy so many books. Yeah. So we have to make peace that they're not going to sell. A lot of these books are not going to sell. So I mean, yeah, some of them will go to the dollar bin or whatever the case is after a while. But that's what me and Manny were saying. You know, when we send out these books, you are going to start getting a lot of the newer stuff too, and just a mixed variety of stuff. And then I mean, God knows, I mean, we're going to be buying collections too from other people. So
I mean, who doesn't like free stuff? Like, you know,
I love free stuff.
So I mean, I like free stuff too. So
you know, it's pretty cool. And when you guys reached out to me, you know, it's pretty cool. And when you guys reached out to me, I was a little taken back, and I just want to say thank you so much. I think it's really, really awesome, you know, and there's been so much support. And like Steve in here, he's in the chat right now, and he sent some books, and he sent a book that's going to be donated. It's one of the extra packs like this. Yeah. And I'll tell you guys, it's like a $300 book. You know, I looked it up and I was like, did you mean to donate that book? He's like, yeah, sure, that was fine. And, you know, a mint copy, $300. You know, this copy's good quality, but still, it's a money book. And it's literally going to be a donated free book that's going. And it's literally going to be a donated free book that's going out. So, you know, the generosity in this community is impressive, to say the least, and you guys are part of that.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, for the most part, is, you know, I think we all have that inner feeling that we want this community to thrive, to grow. This hobby of collecting books and reading them, you know, we don't want it to die out. I know I don't. I know Gina doesn't. So I know this has been really a good way for us to get back into it and then meet more individuals that are like-minded and then hear different perspectives, hear different opinions. And we don't know it all. We don't know it all. Trust me, I can do all the research all day, but there's other people that do different types of research, and it's been funny. I mean, honestly, like sometimes, you know, some of the subs, you know, leave a comment and they point our eyes into a different direction that we weren't even looking, and we appreciate that.
There's a question in here. When does the shop open?
Oh, you know what? That's actually pretty cool. I can
in here. When does the shop open?
Oh, you know what? That's actually pretty cool. I can say that. More likely, it's going to open the week of my birthday. So ain't it funny that we just acquired a comic book store and my birthday's coming up?
It's his 21st birthday, and he's opening up a comic shop. Congratulations!
22nd birthday.
But the official opening will be on the 25th of February.
Yeah, and that's my birthday. That's my birthday.
But we'll be having like a soft opening next week.
Yeah, let's go. Well, Doomsday Comics in here. He says he's only about 20 minutes away, so it looks like you might have a visitor right there.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Hey, man, you guys are in Houston.
Visitor right there.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Hey, man, you guys are in Houston. Don't be shy. Come say hi. And you can tell you don't like him. You can tell he's fine.
or who you guys like better? No, look. The one thing that we are doing different that I don't think anybody's doing for our subscribers that come in and subscribe books from us is that we will be doing random raffles of Silver Age books.
Yeah.
So nice. that's how we're going to try to give back to the subscribers. We're going to give them discounts and we're going to give them options to do that. We're also going to be doing, now that we inherited the store, we also, I mean, I'm going to show you guys real quick. This is another account that we inherited. Emmanuel, what's the account?
It's a sideshow account, guys. So that's the pretty cool thing about it. On this side of town, we're gonna be probably the only ones that can offer this.
That's pretty cool. I don't have anything like that.
It's
pretty cool. I don't have anything like that.
These statues are pretty nice, man. They can be pretty expensive. So they're so detailed. I mean, it's impressive. So yeah, that's one of the other bigger announcements that we do have here is that, you know, with acquiring the store, we acquired that account with it. So that's already a big plus for us.
Yeah, so we're gonna be having this as well in the store because there's people that just collect statues.
Yeah.
There's people on YouTube that are big on this.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna be doing that, and again, that are big on this.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna be doing that, and again, the raffling it's gonna work to where people can come in and again, we're going to be buying collections to just keep more inventory. So we're going to be buying a lot of key books, and I think it's going to be something cool that, you know, if you're a subscriber, you know, every month or every 2 months, we're going to have a good, expensive, you know, Silver Age book that we're going to raffle to those guys. You know, it's giving something back to them, and all they're going to be doing is buying books that they're reading, you know, normally.
Yeah. Exactly. So, are you guys going to carry the magic cards and stuff like that? Is that something that because you know what? Here's the thing. Here's how I feel about Magic. I never was smart enough to figure out how that game works, so I never played it. But you know, most comic shops and a lot of comic shop owners reluctantly dip into that market. They're not fans of it, but they kind of realize that they kind of go hand in hand. Is that something that you guys are looking at?
I think to a certain point,
I realize that they kind of go hand in hand. Is that something that you guys are looking at?
I think to a certain point it makes sense because, you know, you don't want to shoot yourself on the foot if there is any revenue to be made in something else. I don't know how to do it either. But like anything, you know, I'm pretty sure if we really put our minds to it, we can figure it out. I mean, as right now, we don't have anything.
We don't have any plans. We don't. The old comic book owner, they have all these accounts. So he did mention that as well. And I told him, look, I don't know anything about it. I don't want to take on too much. I want to stick with what we know how to think about it. I don't want to take on too much. I want to stick with what we know how to do. There is a big prominent like calling for it here in the area. But if we ever did that, I think in a sense we still wanted to keep it kind of separated. And we can divide the other part of it if there's a calling for it for the other part of this shop for that, then we can definitely entertain that. But as of right now, no, we're gonna stick with comic books, with toys, with the Funko Pops, with these statues, with
stuff that we're familiar with, stuff that we know. And then my kids love all those Funko Pops and all those little mystery box toys, whatever the case is. So they're excited because they're like, oh, now we can just buy the toys from you. Or they say, now I can get the toys for. They're like, oh, now we can just buy the toys from you. Or they say, now I can get the toys for them. They don't realize that I have to pay for them.
Yeah, because, I mean, we're going to be subscribers as well from our own store. Because we have to separate that, you know. So it's going to be cool because we're going to be buying, you know, the books that we're already buying. We're going to be supporting our store. Yeah. And the only thing we won't be participating from the store will be unfair is on the raffling part of it, because then, I mean, we're just taking away from what it is. And but yeah, we will be, like, anything that we do buy for you know, Maddie's kids or myself, we will be doing it, you know, separately, supporting the business as well. Yeah.
So there's a couple questions, and one of them is related to the store. One of them is not. One of them is about my box. It's a Bueller box. Bueller box have trades in the future. Here's the thing about my Bueller box. If I get a good deal on something, it's going your way. If I get a good deal on a good trade, it's going to be heading out. I got a really good deal on a box of slabs for like $3 a slab not too long ago, and every one of those slabs except for 2 of them that I kept went out not too long ago, and every one of those slabs except for 2 of them that I kept went out because I didn't have any slabs myself that I've ever bought before, so I kept 2 of them. But if I get a good deal on trades or whatnot, you know, then yeah, they will go out. So that's that. And there's another question about what are the requirements on a pull box at your shop?
I think honestly, man, it's just, you know, filling out information. Is just your name. I think you've seen the sign-on sheet. It's just your name, your address, and then, you know, you can let us know what books or what you're interested in. And we have the you have that.
I don't have the form here, but basically, look. So we thought about this. So we have a lot of subscribers to our channel. We have a lot of people already are buying books on payment plans. So what we're gonna do a little bit different is if people that do have a local comic book shop, or what we're gonna do a little bit different is if people that do have a local comic book shop or that don't have one, we're gonna offer this to them. You know, you can subscribe to our store. We can email you the form, fill it out, tell us what you want. Also with subscriptions, you know, you get to pick certain books that, like, you know, the variants, certain variants. Yeah. People want variants, you know, and a lot of stores don't buy certain variants. There's some that are 1 in 100. So for every 100, you get 1 variant. So in order for more people to get those books, obviously we need to be buying more and more books. We're going to have more subscribers. So the requirements is going to be real easy. Fill out that form, send it back to us, tell us what you want. We'll honor it. We can do, if you're buying a substantial amount of books, like, say, you know, every Wednesday there's new books. So if you're buying, you know, throughout the month, you're buying all these books, you know, we can either work out a plan where we can send you everything at once if you're okay with it, because I know some people just want to read them, or we can do it every weekly, send it to them at a discount price. I mean, we're going to work out so many things to really capitalize and try to even get more people involved, especially guys that want to collect, like guys that are already asking us for, like, the Hulk 181s, the giant size section. Don't worry, Bueller, we got you on a Hulk 181.
So, and it also sounds like, and we were talking a little bit ago, people will probably be able to buy the Max Pro supplies at your shop. There's a good chance. I've sent the information to these gentlemen. And as everyone probably knows by now, Max Pro Supplies is a sponsor of my show. They do comic books. As everyone probably knows by now, Max Pro Supplies is a sponsor of my show. They do comic book supplies, and they have those Max Light bags, which I really like. And you might be able to pick them up at their shop. If not, you can go to their website and type in that Bueller code and save 10%, which is really, really cool. But looks like they're going to be in the shop. I'm looking forward to seeing those there. I know those guys looking forward to talking to you. So is there anything else? This is a big question. This is kind of the one I really want to talk about. Will you be able to get coffee at your shop?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I'm big on coffee.
I know you are. I've seen pictures on your Instagram with your little coffee with the little design on the little foam and stuff, all foo-foo looking like that. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, I have, man. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me, man. I have like a different coffee cup for every day. I think people are digging. Follow me, man. I have like a different coffee cup for every day. I think people are digging it. I got my comic books. I work out in the morning. I need to get Bueller. I need to get one of yours.
You need a Bueller mug, otherwise known as a white mug with it's got a sticker on it. I just put the sticker. That's all it is.
But yeah, so yeah, we are gonna have coffee. We are gonna have like the traditional stuff. We walk into comic stores. They have the energy drinks. The Manny's big on chocolate, so I'm probably gonna have to hide the chocolate from him.
Yeah, I love chocolate, man.
Or he's gonna be buying basically all the chocolate. So we're gonna have chocolate. We're gonna have little snacks here and there. I think my mom's big on baking, and she can bake. So we'll probably have like little like cake and stuff like that they can buy, or giveaway or whatever. I mean, we're gonna have
going back to the coffee. My wife is Colombian.
Giveaway or whatever. I mean, we're gonna have
going back to the coffee. My wife is Colombian, so they're big on coffee. So more like Colombian coffee here.
So when it's cold here, if you guys know Houston, I mean, Houston, certain days is cold, certain days is hot.
Well, it starts off cold, it ends up high, and then it ends up something else.
So we'll have coffee, we'll have hot cocoa. We're gonna have an assortment of varieties of coffee for people to come in here and chill out. Someone was talking about a lounge. That is something else that we were thinking about doing, but that is something else that we were thinking about doing, but that's coming in the future, man. We have a really cool idea. If this hits, we're gonna just make it into something really, really big.
Yeah,
it's gotta be the Bueller Coffee Lounge or something like that.
You gotta come visit, Bueller.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
You gotta come run the store with us, man. And then we can just shoot it 24 hours and then do it like the comic book man. We can just go in there and just talk all day.
That'd be really cool. I love me some coffee, man. I think the combination of comic books and coffee are just. I love me some coffee, man. I think the combination of comic books and coffee are just meant to be. So I think that's pretty cool.
It's CNC, man. CNC together, bro.
That's right. Not CNC Music Factory. CNC.
Coffee, man.
Very cool. Let's see what else is going on here in the chat. Brian from Simple Man Comics. He's in here. How's it going, Brian? And actually, Steven Spock said he's one of the ones that got one of the slabs I sent out. So that's kind of cool. So, guys, we're going to kind of wrap it up a little bit and stuff. But I'm going to give the floor to you to kind of cover some things I might have missed. I had some notes. I think I covered most of my notes. But I'm just going to give it to you guys. And whatever you want to cover, the floor is yours.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, the only thing we want to say is obviously you guys stay tuned. Our format in our channel is going to change. We're going to be pumping a lot of new stuff, cool stuff. Obviously, now that we are going to be business owners, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff, a lot of random live shows. Whenever collections come in, we'll just pop in like, hey, this is walked into the store. Yeah. Stuff that's going for sale. We're gonna partner up with other people on the YouTube community, start doing more live shows. We're gonna partner up with other people on the YouTube community, start doing more live shows. We told you about it earlier, Bueller. We're going to be doing a show that's going to be basically talking shop with Chino and Manny. So we'll be here at the comic book shop, right with the good view of comic books and grails and everything you want to see. Yeah. And we'll be having guests and maybe, if Bueller wants to do it full time, he can do it with us full time. We have guests or whatever, but we are going to have more stuff. The other stuff is, you guys that are interested in buying, books or even want to be subscribers to our store, man, stay tuned. We have a lot of cool stuff coming out. A lot of marketing and promoting is going to go behind this. Again, like I think just doing the raffling of slabs or Silver Age grails or Silver Age books and stuff like that, it's going to be cool, man, because at the end of the day, man, we still want to be able to put these hard books that people can't afford, walk in there and spend, $1,000 or $2,000 in their hands. I think we only live once, And if you can own something like that in your life, and it can make you happy and say, like, you know, man, I worked so hard in my life, and I have something that I've always loved, and I was able to get it on a payment plan or however to achieve that. It's really cool, man. It's just the gratitude behind it. If we could do that for a lot of individuals, because again, you know, everyone's circumstance is different.
Yeah, and the thing is that, you know, Houston is a real big market.
Everyone's circumstance is different.
Yeah, and the thing is that, you know, Houston is a real big market. So, you know, I know there's probably even individuals that probably live in a real small market where maybe comic book stores are pretty far away, whatever the case is. You know, if you guys hit us up and like, hey, look, I'm looking for this book, specifically this book. You know, if we run across it, you know, we can always just shoot you information, be like, look, I found the book you're looking for, or a book came in to the store, or maybe I owned the book, who knows what. And I can be like, well, if this interests you, here's some pictures, and, you know, you can just deal directly with us, whatever the case is. But, you know, it's just kind of have like another avenue to reach out to somebody different that can probably, you know, ease your I guess your purchasing or whatever the case is, or even just your hunting part of it.
Yeah,
because so that's one part of it.
Because look, guys, just because we're comic book owners doesn't mean we're not going to be collectors. We're still going to be collecting on the side. I mean, we really are. We're still going to be. I was telling Manny this earlier. I'm like, dude, it's gonna be kind of funny walking into comic book stores again, knowing that we're a comic book shop. We're still gonna be looking for deals, man. We're still gonna be trying to find for our collection. So we're still gonna be doing comic calls and all that, because again, we are gonna be, you know, also supporting other comic book stores, and you know, that's the fun part about collecting comic books. You know, you want to go find good deals.
Yeah.
There was a question in here I want to get to. Are you going to be offering any type of discount on newer books, say the box customers or something like that?
Yeah, we are. Someone said about 10%. Yeah, I think that's what the normal store has, is like they buy so many books, they get 10% off. Obviously, the only tricky part is going to be for people that are going to want this is we're probably going to have to work out something on the 10% plus. If it's someone that's out of town but they're buying a little bit more, we have to work with the shipping with them, because again, that's the other convenient thing that we need to do to work it out. Just crunch the numbers so it can be better for them. But I think in the long run, man, I think, you know, once you start crunching numbers and all that, and the possibilities of getting books and all that, it is going to be worth, you know, maybe having a subscription with us, because it is going to be worth, you know, maybe having a subscription with us, because, you know, it's only going to make it better for them to try to get these books. I see a lot of these auctions on Instagram where they're doing a big book like that. Well, man, if we do have so many subscriptions, we will be in a position to later do, you know, bigger book. It's just playing with the revenue and the money and all that coming in to be able to do that. Or even once a year. Once a year we could do like a Hope 181 for everyone. I'm just saying Hope 181 because everyone loves that book. Even a raw copy. If you give that opportunity to someone, you know, no strings attached. You're right. You're already buying books, and it works out, dude. No one is doing that.
That's pretty cool, man. I gotta go down to Houston. Get my chance to get one. There's a few people jumped in the chat. I want to say hello to Splash Page Comics. Hello, Simple Man's Comics. One of my buddies, Brian, had a great time with him earlier in the week. James Hardy, another great guy. I talked to him a lot. Mr. Garrell, awesome guy. Brett Hazard, he's still there. Of course, Sam is there and a bunch of other people. So there was a question in here about who benches more, and somebody already addressed that himself.
We already know who wins that one.
Yeah, I saw your little comment there. I was like, oh, yeah. Make sure he points that out.
I didn't see anything else, but I saw that question. I'm like,
I figured you probably would, man, because you were on it like that. Boom, there it is.
What's that? Who benches more?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The real question is who can lift more or something like that. I'm like, come on.
I think we got to do a video, man. You guys can just place a bet on it. I don't know, man. He's younger than me, man. So, I mean, I've been lifting longer than he has. I mean, who has bigger arms?
Oh, that's true.
I don't know. Measure them something. Nah. Yeah, we probably have like a little face-off. That'd be pretty fun. Yeah.
That'd be very cool. Very cool. I mean, I don't want to, you know, I saw your little after scene credit there when you attempted to crack a slab and cut away right away. I think you were holding a Hulk 181, weren't you?
It was. Yeah.
Okay. The was just a joke, right? That didn't happen, right?
There's a reason.
Weren't you?
It was.
Yeah. Okay. The was just a joke, right? That didn't happen, right?
There's a reason behind it.
No, you guys got to stay tuned on that one.
Yeah. our videos, man, you know, sometimes we show a teaser, kind of like Marvel, man. You know, that teaser doesn't lead to until like maybe 3 or 4 movies down the line. Same thing for us, man. Some of those teasers really look into it, or even some of the opening themes. You know, we leave little Easter eggs over the cases, and for sure that there's a reason why I did that with that slab. So it will pop up eventually.
Yeah, I was a little worried there. I was like, "Oh God, what is he doing?" Because I've broken slabs on my channel before, and but nothing like that book. They were just a basic book and stuff like that. So, but you know what, guys? I've really enjoyed having you guys on, and thanks for answering all the questions. I am excited for you guys. I'm one of my last question on here actually is we're. You know, 1 year now ago, or 1 year from today, man, how do you think it's going to go? You think you guys are just going to kill it in the main store in Houston? Is that what the R&R Comics is?
Ooh. You know what? There's some vicious competition over here.
Yeah, there is. There is. The only thing is, man, I think
a year from now, I think we will be successful. I think the store will be thriving, and I think we will be thinking about where we can go from here to expand it in the direction that we really want to do, because there's a bigger plan that we had 6 years ago, but at this point we're gonna do it this way. It's kind of more like an entry level, but it's gonna fulfill everybody's needs, but we have a bigger vision in mind.
Yeah, we have something that no one's ever done. Like in reality, what we have envisioned for a real comic book shop, it will just blow your mind if we get to that point.
If we get to that point, and but like anything, it's an investment, it's a new business, and you don't want to go in too heavy and then be like, well, wait a minute, we went a little too much into it, and we didn't really gauge it how we should have. And any business owner, they want to cover all their bases before they go in, head first.
Very cool.
I gotta test that water a little bit. It might be a little too cold, Put my toe in a little bit, and then we'll go from there.
Well, guys, this was a lot of fun. Real quick, I just want to say again, Comic Core, guys, this was a lot of fun. Real quick, I just want to say again, Comic Core later tonight in the 1/2 hour on the Comic Core. Myself, the whole Comic Core crew, and Comic Tom 101 will be the guest with us tonight, which is a lot of fun. And then next week is, like I said, it's the vice president and president of Max Pro Supplies will be on. We'll be talking comic book supplies. If you have any questions for them, please join me next week, the same time, same channel, all that good stuff. Chino and Manny, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bueller, man. Thank you, man, for giving us the platform, man. We appreciate it. Again, we're going to be really getting to know each other better, and we look forward to partnering up with you and helping you, get these Bueller boxes to these guys, man.
Yeah, thank you, Bueller. Thanks to all the people that are watching. Anybody that watches this on the rerun, thank you. And again, I've said it before, man. My plan, and I think everybody's plan, is to try to grow this community, put it out there. So I think it can grow even more.
That's right.
And I want to thank everybody that just even watches our videos, man. I mean, we're new to this, and we enjoy watching everybody else's videos. And if you take the time to watch us, man, thank you guys.
There's a lot. The last thing I want to say is, look, guys, the community is freaking awesome, man. You guys show a lot of support. Bueller, Legend, all you guys are very unselfish, man, and I love that about this community, man. You guys are big to plug other people's channels and all that. I think as a community, we got to continue to do that, support each other, help each other, grow within the community, and also, do these kind stuff, man, because in the long run, man, when we do the passion that we share for comic books, man, only we understand each other.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're kind of a group unto ourselves. It's kind of cool.
Wrestling too, man. So it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And video games, and it's like,
there you go. Well, thank you, gentlemen. And just so everyone knows, everyone's in the chat. There you go. Well, thank you, gentlemen. And just so everyone knows, everyone's in the chat and everyone watching on the rewind. The show's almost over. But it's not over, because there's a link down below to Chino Comics and More, and you guys can just go click on that link and go check out these guys' channel and follow along with their progress with their store that's coming open this month, and it's very cool. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody in the chat for hanging out tonight. I'll see you guys in like a half hour. Very cool.
All right, thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Bye. And you know what? Don't forget to like, subscribe. You guys know what to do. I'll catch you in about a half hour.
Lights on here, man.
All right, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.